How are we doing? How are we doing? Do 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 do. Okay. It's gonna be one of those days. Do 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 do. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Family's doing a bit of a Christmassy PJ day today, so I get to rock the old house coat. Gonna grab a coffee. I'll be right back. I think Neil's gonna go down on that news with the SEC in China. Oh, hello, hello, hello. All right. So we got a day with things and stuff, and it's gonna be great. Let's see here. Good afternoon. Yeah, I think SEC news regarding. Oh, it's cozy. It's cozy. It's comfy. Let's go here. Let's go here. Open this bad boy up. So, guys, you can head over to the portfolio. Some changes were made yesterday. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You guys can go check out the portfolio there. Thank you. Some changes were made yesterday, guys. As you can see, if you go into portfolio details, you'll see that ETM is no longer here. I did close my position on ETM. Yeah, Tesla joining. I'm actually looking at who's getting kicked off. I did take a holding in CBII. Now, again, CBII, guys, if you are in the US, I took this on the TSX. So this is the Canadian market. You guys, I think, can trade this on OTC, but the guy who follows me in the call is Colonel. PEIX is the other one I'm looking at, guys. This is Pacific Ethanol. The reason why I am so bullish on this is it touches on quite a few different markets all at once. It touches on energy. It touches on sanitizers. It touches on food, touches on agriculture. There's a whole bunch of things that this ethanol stock plays into. So I think it actually does have a huge opportunity. You'll see that it's come up quite a bit, May into November. However, I still think that this analysis for it to have this much room to run, potentially doubling, is something of interest to me at the very least. So it does have a bunch of analysts on it that are fairly well rated. 51 out of 91, 212 out of 426. So these guys are fairly good. This one reiterated his analysis. As far as stock analysis as a whole, this thing is just looking good across the board. Technicals are positive. Insider activity is good. Bloggers are good. Analysts are, everybody likes this thing. So I haven't heard a lot of people talking about it yet. I'm definitely going to get into it now, and we'll see what comes of it. But yeah, my public profile has changed. You will see that the ETM holdings are gone, space holdings are gone. Now Wader is still there, ACRX is still there, Mara is a play into April, ACRX is a play into military funding, so whenever that drops. Wader, obviously, guys, I think that the second wave is going to bring Wader right back up to where it should be. Mattel is a play into Q4 results, so Q1. MBRX obviously is something that I've had as a long hold. This is like a 2-year play. iPix is Q4, where I'm expecting some data from iPix shortly. We'll see where that goes. Hopefully it goes back up to where it was. It could be a potential huge player in the COVID market, so we will see what we will see. Do I think Tesla will dip at the open? I don't know. I mean, that news on Tesla was kind of nutty. And just the way that it was dropped, normally you would think Elon would be pumping the heck out of this thing, but he hasn't been. The only other things on here, guys, that I don't really look at, I don't really talk about. USO is only in this portfolio, guys, because I still have it from when I held it. I didn't get out in time, and so I figured I'd just hold it forever. And if it ever does decide to recover, fantastic. And if it doesn't, oh well. I've already lost most of what it was worth anyway, right? So it is comfy, but I'm trying to get it so that it's there we go. It is a Christmassy kind of day in my house today. So PJs and bathrobes. This is how we're going to trade the market today. For those of you that don't know, this is here, guys. Tomorrow I will be doing a. It won't be live; it's pre-recorded, but that is there for those of you that work in marketing. Oscar Hefner in the house, yeah. For those of you that do marketing, advertising, social media, that's there for you. This is a complete breakdown of how to do Twitter video, so that's definitely worth taking a look at. Tesla might dip. I think it's going to run today by the end of the day, though, so we'll see. I'm going to open up the dashboard here. I'm going to go here, post this. You got to earn your way in. You can't buy your way in. So this is the StockTwits watch list, guys. There's a bunch of funny things that you'll see on here. T-Mobile I like in the long run. BlackBerry I like for a 5-year play. All kinds of interesting stuff on there. ALGM and GR Allegro Microsystems. Somebody followed. Somebody did something. I heard it. Okay, so ALGM is an I'm a big fan of if you learn how to market, you learn how people think, which is always of value. Especially if you're going to be trading the market. The more that you know, the better off you'll be. Hydroponic and gardening stores. Grow generation. I think if you're going to trade grow generation, you trade. I mean, this is a pot stock play. But I think I like this better than pot stocks because you're trading the fact that people are going to be growing their own pots. So I think that that's a big thing. I do. I like it. I like it. I could see it. Yeah, I'm a big fan of ACRX guys. What should I have in there right now? I've got not as much as I used to have for sure. This is the Canadian account, so there's the CBII. Mara's in here. I'd really like to be able to get Mara to trade over, but it's not. It's not going over. Um, we've got about 8 grand in ACRX. Yeah, that's exactly it. Watch me roam. Why did Kodak never pop? We still don't have clarity from the federal level whether or not Kodak is going to receive that loan. So there's still opportunity for Kodak to pop. But yeah, guys, I did close out Space yesterday. I did close out ETM yesterday. I took a gain on both. Waiter's coming up nicely back to my 284 entry, and I think Waiter's going to be strong into lockdowns and into Q4, so I'm excited about that one. But we do need to get marbles going here. Yeah, fuel cell. Yeah. I've long been a bull on fuel cell. Their agreement with California is beautiful. Yeah, I can definitely check that out. First thing we're going to do, though, is we are going to head into the marbles game. Guys, again, if you win, you get to pick the stock that we watch going into the market today. Feeling a little bouncy, little bouncy. Oh, for sure. Lloyd's Bank at that price is super cheap. I'll race against you guys today, of course, as always. Exclamation mark play, guys. Get in, get in, get in. Winner gets to pick. Winner gets to pick what we watch as we go into the market here. If you're not in, you got to get in. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 10 seconds. You don't. You can't convince anybody to be pro-vaccine. Yeah, there's no way to convince somebody of that. Especially those that are against it. They've read what they're going to read and they've taken their place. Really, it's just about you coming to the right decision on it. Educate yourself. Whoa, what happened there? There's a bouncer or a jump or something there. Marcus is way ahead. Oh, here we go. Marcus is just jumping right ahead. Does anybody hit this ramp all the way down? Oh, your Nan's left nut almost made it. Oh, people have bounced off. Lol Gore Hunter bounced off. I mean, I'm really interested actually to see who gets knocked off the S&P. I think that there's a big opportunity to take a put against them. Whoa! Goodbye, Marcus. How was the lead? It is gone now, sir. I don't know where you went, but you are not on the map any longer. What? Whoa, what? No way. Marcus stuck the landing and won? What? Stream is dying, huh? It's not dropping any frames. Marcus won. And for those of you that didn't see what happened here, Marcus hit not any of these jumps. Marcus hit this jump here, shot way up into the freaking air where nobody could see him, and he landed directly in the winning. Craziness, just craziness. And I came dead last, so that's cool too. All right, Marcus, what is it? What do you want to watch, sir? It may also have been because I had Assassin's Creed open in the background. Just saying. Just saying. Waiter it is. Ooh. I like a little waiter. I like a little waiter. 280, 284 pre-market. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so we definitely got to throw Tesla on here. 460 pre-market. GameStop 1158. That's not bad, man. Yeah. So with Waiter, guys, I've got about 10 grand in Waiter. I am still super bullish on this thing. I think it goes to $7-8. Either on buyout or on on buyout or on just value. So good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. I really, really like Waiter. Into second lockdown, I just think there's so much opportunity there. Space should come back down to the 16, 17 range, guys. So I'm going to wait for it to do that before I get back in. PEIX, I think, is going to be strong into the upcoming Biden administration. So we'll see that. GameStop on next gen. I mean, remember, guys, GameStop was one that I got into way back when, right? Um, I'm gonna reload these overlays here because they are not. I hear you guys doing subs and stuff, but I'm not. I'm not actually seeing the names pop up in the feed. There we go. Kragathek, Alfaka911, and Frelo. Thanks for the follow, guys. Much appreciated. Yeah, I'm a big fan of PEIX for sure. Aldavs, what's up? Yeah, GameStop is doing just fine, guys. Like, I was in GameStop at $9. It's at 12 now. I mean, it's down to 11.62. If I see it drop down to 10, I'll definitely get back on it. I don't think there's any question in my mind that they do well into a second wave, another lockdown, as well as next gen consoles. I think they're going to be just fine on that. Market open? We open? No. DGLY is another one that I'm watching, guys. DGLY has come down quite nicely from where it was. I think second lockdown, as well as you have to remember, guys, we're going into confirmation of Biden, which is when the rioting and insanity continues. Um, I don't suspect we see Black Lives Movement protests stop either. I know it's getting colder up north, but I don't know that that completely stops protest season. We'll see how that goes. CBay, guys, into the end of the week, they do have their next phase, or their phase 3 data dropping on Friday. So that'll be interesting to see what that does. Okay, and then I've got, let's go here. Just opening up the options portfolio here. I think with PEIX, guys, it was the fact that they're not tied specifically to ecofuel, that they're tied to agriculture as well as everything else. I think the China phase 1 trade deal, there's going to be a huge amount of that. With Waiter probably into lockdowns. So lockdowns could be as fast as 2 weeks from now, right? Or it could be into January. But either way, I think Waiter's going to do quite well into that. Okay, just opening up the options portfolio to see what we're looking at there. My CCL puts are up $10, so I'm pretty happy about that. I do expect CCL to keep coming down. Where are they right now? 1720. Could they fall to 1650 for me? Could they do that for me? That would be fantastic. I would really love them to fall to 1650. Just come back down to strike for me. Market is open. Let's go to the big sheet here and see what Waiter is doing. And it is a big green down. That's what we like to see at the gate. Decent volume on it too. SPY is red, not green. Elon did it. Elon broke the market. Elon broke the market. Tesla's up 11% and falling pre-market. iPix is up 6%. Mara's up 4. Palantir's up 3. Waiter's up 1 and a bit. Big fallers. GDRX is down 20%. What the heck? Yikes! Yikes. That's a big old yikes. In my opinion, GDRX is a buy the dip. That is a buy the dip. Yeah, I'm sure Elon will be fine. Even the SPY just fell from the sky. My goodness. So guys, these stocks that are down 15, 20%, yeah, that's what this is. This is on the Amazon biopharmaceutical news. Now, in my opinion, guys, though, this is a buy the dip on these. If we go into second wave, like right, I do need to tag. I'm not in GDRX. I didn't like GDRX. Um, for pretty much precisely this reason. I thought it was tied too much to a single thing. But Martini does like it, Hitch does like it, Exile does like it. For me, I took CBII. They're not really down today on news of Amazon. And I think that's partly because they're tied to physical clinics, which Amazon is not doing, right? Um, so that's a big old yikes. I mean, it is making up a little ground here, but that's a big fall. It's a big fall. Waiter's just chilling around this 280, and that's fine. Hopefully, yeah, the volume just disappeared right afterwards. Like there was a big buy, and then there was nothing, and then kind of a sell, and then nothing, and it'll just kind of sit here sideways. Waiter needs the lockdown news, guys. That's what we need to be watching and looking at today is lockdown news. Let's see what we can find here. If we put lockdown US in, what are we seeing? New lockdowns and restrictions sweep across the country. Stay-at-home advisory in Chicago. Philadelphia, new restrictions are expected to be announced on Monday. Uh, New York, they're keeping the schools open. It looks like so they're close to 3% already positive in the school system. If they break past that, he's going to close the school system there again, which is huge. Over the weekend, governors of several northeastern states were hit hardest on the pandemic. Private gatherings have been fueling COVID. Hmm. Yeah, this is bad coming into Christmas in the extent of jobs, right? People are going to lose jobs, which means that we need to get the government moving on a stimulus package. And the one thing that this is going to irk people on in the government is the only way to get a stimulus package through right now before Christmas is for Trump to get the is for Trump to sign it through, which means that the Democrats would have to give up their wish list. And I don't know that they're willing to do that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Neo's earnings. I don't think that they'll do well. But again, who's auditing their earnings? They could just put up some fraudulent numbers and it's all good. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. I was thinking about that myself. That you got Amazon with its fingers in too many pies. If the argument wasn't already there to split up Amazon, it has to happen now. Um, Okay, in 11 states, Maine, Vermont, Minnesota, Iowa, New Hampshire, Colorado, Ohio, Kansas, Connecticut, Michigan, and New York, infections spiked over 100%. Target will crush it. Yeah, they can report whatever they want, and the SEC doesn't really have the authority to go in and do anything about it. Um, the SEC can place an audit on their books, but Neo is in no way responsible or required to let them in on it. So yeah, kind of crazy, kind of crazy. But yeah, this is looking like even the mayors of these big cities, New York, Chicago, are starting to say that the winter is looking bleak, even though the market right now is not towing that line. I would expect it. Let's go to the COVID, or let's go to the heat map and see what is doing well today. Do this guy here map. Oof, oof. That's a big old red map compared to yesterday. Yesterday, the thing was a sea of green. Energy back down. Everything's down. Industrials are down. Healthcare's down. Look at what Amazon did to healthcare. Look, this is what Amazon did to healthcare. Amazon puts out good news and people are like, yay, Amazon. Look at what it did. It killed healthcare. Godfather, I will eat my hat if you are COVID safe by December 2nd in England. I don't see it. Amazon goes a little bit green, up 1%. The entire healthcare industry disappears. This is nuts. Telecom, nothing. The only runner today is Tesla. Tesla's got all the juice, all of it. Yay! I'm still in the green on a day when that map is bright freaking red. PIX is up. I'm glad I took that position yesterday. Um, Mara's up. That's good to see. This means people are running to Bitcoin. Wader is still floating that 280. Happy with that. ACRX is down a little bit, but that's to be expected with the biosector falling. Um, Mattel's down a little bit, which is interesting. But again, I'm fairly confident that Mattel too. Yeah, that's not the number that you want, right? Not like this. Not like this. CBII hasn't moved on the day, so it's still kind of just lurking around there. Um, the Home Depot. The Home Depot. Cars is up. Beyond is up. Starting to see something here, guys. What are we seeing? What are we seeing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. What are we seeing here? I think we're seeing, let's see how Abbott's doing. Is Abbott down too because of this? Abbott is down too. Holy dumping. So Bitcoin is up on the day. Tesla's up on the day. iPix, which is a long shot, low float. COVID play is up on the day. Palantir, which is second wave, is up on the day. Wader, which is second wave, is up on the day. Beyond, which is second wave, is up on the day. How's Zoom doing? Zoom is up on the day. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I am seeing that we might be looking at second wave. People are starting to go, I don't know that we're through this. I don't think that we're through this. Neo's earnings. When are Neo's earnings? Let me pop back over here and find out for you. Neo earnings. Seeking Alpha's dying again. Seeking Alpha down. That's rough, man. That's rough. Says November 17th after market. So after the market closes, we get Neo. They're supposed to do 628 million in revenue. Um, yeah, Seeking Alpha is dying again. I think that Neo misses. 72% think that Neo's going to beat. I think it's going down. 71% think it's going up. Okay, cool. Um, let's go Yahoo Finance here. Martini and I had a discussion about it. What I like about Palantir, guys, is the bio tracking, right? Contact tracing for the UK and the US. This is going to be a big thing as well, guys. And this is what people aren't starting to talk about is now that the vaccine is arriving, you start to see the battle for who gets the doses, right? Um, there are countries that obviously are not the major players with the big bucks. They're saying we should make this fair for everybody. Meanwhile, the guys with the big bucks are saying screw fair. We're getting our country healthy first. It's going to be a really interesting battle. Yikes. Warren Buffett dumps all of his Costco stock. That's big. Yeah, it's a sell off right now. It's a red day and people are confused. Warren Buffett bets on these four drug makers. Let's see who Buffett likes. He likes Pfizer, he likes AbbVie, he likes Bristol Myers, and he likes Merck. Ha! Bristol Myers and Merck are two of my all time favorites. I like that. I like GameStop at 15 through Q4 as a price target. Again, guys, disclaimer that's not financial advice. Do your own damn due diligence. I'm a degen wearing a house coat, right? So like, don't take financial advice from me. Do you? You do you, and I'll do me. Um, More about DoorDash and their IPO, which I think is going to be strong. What is the Costco price? I don't know what you mean by the Costco price. Like, what price is Costco right now? No, AstraZeneca is the big one in the UK. Oxford University is tied directly to AstraZeneca. They have bought some from Moderna, but the UK is relying heavily on AstraZeneca. AstraZeneca doses, when they start to go out, will go to the UK first. Hands down, bar none. You will see Sanofi's vaccine go to France. You'll see AstraZeneca go to the UK. You will see Sinovac, which is already producing, is giving it to China. Um, yeah, ETM's been doing quite well. Nope, nope. I don't do options. I do very, very little options, and the options that I do. I play it as though I am playing. Um, I do it as though I am playing equity. So yeah, no. I'll give you guys a quick peek here at the options portfolio. So for the end of this week, I've got CCL 1650 puts. I think that we start to see the hype on vaccines come back down. I think it takes these travel and tourism things with it, especially on news of increased lockdowns. I expect to see this fall. Now, waiter back up to 3, probably not. This is probably a done deal. I'm not going to see anything on this one, unfortunately. This one was dependent on the earnings going the other way. Now, that being said, if we do get lockdown news, Waiter could potentially have a run day, and that could be worth something. So I'll either let it expire worth nothing, or I'll let it run. Now into December, guys. ETM. I've got a $4 call on this into the monthlies on December. Traditionally, ETM does rise in December. Who knows if it goes up to 4? But we'll play it by ear, see what we get. Jacob Ling, what's up? AMC guys, 250 puts. I'm still very bearish on AMC. I'm expecting any day an announcement on Wonder Woman being pulled from theaters or getting a shortened theater run. If Wonder Woman gets pulled from theaters, there is nothing in theaters for Christmas. Nothing. There is no big blockbuster. There is no movies. There's nothing, which is typically one of the biggest booms for theaters. So I'm there on that. CBay, $9 call, guys. Again, I'm hoping on their phase 3 results dropping end of this week, and we'll see what that does for it. If it runs, I will get out. ACRX, guys, again into December. I'm hoping the military budget is going to take that off, take it into the skies for me. And then into January, again, Waiter, AMC puts, CCL puts, RSX. This is something I've been holding for a year. I was betting on Russia through the U.S. election. Clearly has not paid off. WPRT, guys, into January, hoping on their Chinese news, but this is up nicely. AstraZeneca, again, guys, expected to run. Yeah, that looks about right. AstraZeneca is the big beast for the UK, for sure. Cars into March, DGLY into February. This is me with expectations on increased riots through the confirmed election results, as well as Black Lives Matter, as well as additional lockdowns. So I think that DGLY will continue to do well. Mattel into April. This is on their Q4 earnings. I think Mattel's going to do quite well. It should be gangbusters. It should blow past that 15 strike. ET, this is on Pipeline News. I gave it till April, thinking that that's when we probably get a ruling from the Supreme Court on it. It should go to 10, no problem on that. More Mattel calls further outside the money. Mara, $3 calls for June. This is on their play with the additional. The launch is delayed. The launch is delayed until we get until the lockdown in New Mexico gets repealed. So if it's running on buying trends. It's not running on news for the stock itself. Kodak guys, I've got them into June. What's interesting is this is up. This $40 call for Kodak is up right now. I'm in the green on it. Which is kind of interesting given where Kodak is right now. Kodak is at $7. Okay, $7. I've got Kodak at $40 calls, and these are up. I think some people may have just not got the memo on space, to be honest. I'm more inclined to lean there and say that they just didn't get the memo. That nothing's happening this weekend. I'm thinking that's where we're at. I'm going to grab some water, guys. I will be right back 2 seconds, okay? Um, I think that was clever on AstraZeneca's part for a couple of different reasons. The first being AstraZeneca's decision um, allowed them to put on the guys that they are not for profit, whereas all these other ones are for profit. So they end up being the good guys, right? The other thing with AstraZeneca is, yeah, because they're selling at a lower price for a certain period of time, they've also opened the door to them not being held as liable in the event that there is repercussions from these vaccines. And that is something that you have to take into account, guys. We just don't know. We don't know what this is going to do on a mass rollout, right? So that company has that coverage for me is a good thing. That makes me very, very bullish on them. Whereas Moderna, Pfizer, these guys rush to the gun, and if this thing causes some severe side effects, and they rushed it too quick to realize that there's long-term lasting effects of this, I expect to see that there's going to be a massive issue, and lawsuits are going to fall. Am I bearish on space? It's hard to say I'm bearish on space. Space moves on the news. It doesn't actually have a product that it's selling yet, right? So right now, when there's no launch, there's no hype, there's no trend, I am bearish on space to a point. It should come back down around that 15, 16 range. Once it hits back down there, then I'll buy again, I'll buy again as soon as there's news of the upcoming launch and when that date is, and I'll play that window again, and I'll just keep playing it back and forth and back and forth. Um, for me, that's the easy way to go. Mara is doing quite well today. It looks like Bitcoin is definitely a thing. That's good feels, isn't it? So it's not that I'm bearish or bullish on space. It's just it's a tighter window than that, right? Um, okay, where's the SPY today? Do I not have SPY? I mean, SPY is down 359. It's funny to say SPY is down at 359, right? Anybody else there with me? I remember back last January, we were like, "Oh wow, SPY is it going to break 300? Is it going to do it? Can it do it? Does it have the fuel to make it happen?" Now we're talking about SPY 359, 360, like crazy. I think there's good reason right now for there to be shorts on space. Without news, I think it does decline. Um, so I'm not opposed to that play at all. Check out the portfolio for the day. I mean, I'm not down. I'm not down. I'm green on the day still. And the plays that I'm down on, I'm not actually that upset about. Mattel is a longer hold. Waiter's up. Mara's up. ACRX is down, but this is on news that I need this to go. I'm profitable on PIX. Like I'm okay with that. CBII, am I profitable? Unrealized. So I'm down $100 on this that I took yesterday, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. These are longer term plays. Let's go here. Let's go here. What do you guys want today? What else? What else you want me to take a look at here? Um, buy rating, buy rating, buy rating. Hold, buy, 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 hold. This is interesting. My sectors have shifted very seriously. I used to be almost 90% healthcare, and right now I am 44% consumer goods heading into Christmas, which makes sense. Healthcare, yeah, services, basic materials, tech. What do the analysts see for Mattel right now? Hold at 15, buy 18, buy. People are kind of all over the place on this thing. Give it a 7. I like Rite Aid better than Walgreens, but yeah. And Rite Aid is down about 13.5% right now. Do 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 do. Plug power took a huge dip. Later, Logor Hunter man, take it easy. What tickers are you, ladies and gentlemen, watching today? I don't think this is going to be a long stream, guys. I do still have to get prepped for that thing tomorrow. I'll probably be around 10:30 or 11 today. Thinking I might do a long stream on Friday on ACAM. Yep, definitely can take a look at ACAM. Muddy Waters re-announcing that GSX is completely illegal. Okay, ACAM. Cloud services, web application protector, safeguard web assets. This is just a dime a dozen. Cloud services, site shield. Okay. Analysis is a $1.20, so it's got a 20% upside. Yeah, I'm talking about Rite Aid versus Walgreens. I we don't really know. So Akamai makes its money on enterprise level. So for me, enterprise level budgets are usually laid in stone end of November, early December for the following year. So expect to see Akamai do well or do poorly based off of that. That would kind of be my bet on that. Blood 237 BBY. Are you talking Black Bear or Bed Bath and Beyond? Best Buy. So we got BB, and then we've got BBY, and then we've got BBBY. But we're talking Black Best Buy. Yeah, Best Buy should be good. Into Q4, I think Best Buy will be great. I don't see why not. Instagram is considering doing an ad share program. Very interesting. I would be streaming to Instagram right now if they didn't make it so freaking impossible to do that. If there was a way that OBS could stream directly to Instagram, I would be all over that. Okay, what's Pompeo saying? This is big. Air transport agreement between the US and the UK, guys. This is an opportunity for us to continue trade with the UK through Brexit. Uh, hmm. There's the Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. I mean, if they're gonna pay their video creators on Instagram, I'll go back to using it regularly. Why not? I'm easy going. Twitch pays for me to be here. YouTube pays for me to create content there. If Instagram wants to pay me to create content, I'll create content. It's all about the dollars, right? Why not? Senate wants to pass more COVID aid. Interesting. That is frightening. Look at this. This is Beirut. Look at this. Hmm. Lebanese politics, not looking good. What I can tell you also doesn't look good is this. My Mara pick is running. When we say running, what do we mean? It's up 6%. That's not bad. I'll take that. I'll take that. Mara's going to go with Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. Mara is going to go with the Bitcoin. how hard Mara runs. That'll be interesting to see. Let's go to the big sheet. Let's go to the big sheet. Yeah, decent volume on it. Average volume is 12 million. They're at 6 right now. It's about to pass Tesla here. See if there's any news. Marathon patent proof. No. Past hour? Past 24 hours? Okay, let's see what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin's over 17,000. That's why Mara's going. And this was it, guys. This was one of the big ones. This was one of the big ones with Mara. Was this Bitcoin had to stay above where it was, but at the same time, with Bitcoin's value increasing like this towards that 20,000 mark, once it hits that 20,000 mark and Mara gets all these new machines running in April, it's just going to take off. Take a look at the scanners here. CTIB, SQBG. There's Riot at 12.6. Riot's very similar. Very, very similar. I like Mara better, but Riot is very similar. Is GoodRx dead? It was down 20% at market open. It's down 13 now. I don't know that GoodRx is dead. Why not own Bitcoin outright? You can buy a fraction of a coin. Okay, so how much has Bitcoin increased in value over the last month? 11,000 to 16,000, 17,000. So not quite 100%, like 70%, right? The question is how much milk is left in the Bitcoin, right? So I entered Mara at the start of this month. So November 1st. Bitcoin was 13.5. It's 17 now. So it added 4, it added like 40%, 30%, 40%, right? Um for me with Mara, as Bitcoin increases, this increases as well. But then it also has other factors that can cause it to spike, which are the new machines that are coming, right? So this gets the gains from Bitcoin as well as getting the gains from its own business mining the Bitcoin. Cost reductions on new technology, increased mining farms, relocation of mining farms. What about Maxar? I don't know Maxar. This is a space play. I mean, if it goes to 40K on the high end, great. I'm doubtful of that, but if it does, fantastic. It's interesting that there's no investors on this. I don't see 50,000. Come on. Come on. Let's get real. No way. No way. 50,000 on Bitcoin. I don't believe you. I don't believe them. I don't believe it. Yeah, Riot's going crazy. Yeah, and that is true as well. Nobody knows at the moment. Nobody knows. Waiter coming back up. Mara's now on the list. Top movers of the day. How are those options looking? Yeah, those Mara $3 calls I have for June are printing. Now I suspect we see CCL fall back down here as well, right? It's just not falling fast enough for me. A little bit of profit taking here. Don't really want to sell that. I just hate that it's in the wrong spot. Oh well. DraftKings at 100, huh? Hmm. Not too sure about that. So there's the UK, 350 million vaccine doses, 6 different suppliers. Pfizer uh, is among them, but 100 million doses from AstraZeneca is the big one. I'm expecting these airlines and cruise lines to come down in a big way, guys. I don't think that we hold these gains at all. I just don't see it. Discount prescriptions to Prime members is a big deal. I hope that Dalio gets a big old fat egg right on the face with this, where he is all hoorah about Asian stocks and especially Neo. I hope he bites a giant biscuit. I hope Ray Dalio looks like a complete tool on Neo. He's increased the holdings of his fund by 83% into Neo. It's feeling a little bit like a Wednesday. I'm gonna be honest. It's crazy going day by day now. Where normally we'd be waiting around for Trump to say something stupid at this point and drive us back up, right? But we have not seen that yet. I'm not a big fan of Dahlia. I'm not. Um, if you haven't read his book Principles, go ahead and give that a quick read. A man that blows up 3 hedge funds to create one is not huge in my book, and a guy that barely beats the market um, is also another not a huge thing in my book. So, um, Yeah. I miss what he does to the market. Biden has promised to be boring and not release anything into Twitter. His plan is just to be quiet. Yeah, that's weird because I don't have it set up for delay at all. There shouldn't be any delay. I mean, Kodak's up a little bit here. I'm a big fan of Buffett. I'm a big fan of Buffett. Low, slow, keep it basic, just keep going. Yeah, CCL guys, this is one that is baffling to me. Baffling. Let's pull up a calendar here, okay? Hold on. Calendar. And let's have it be, let's go month. No, let's have a year. Okay. So guys, we are in November, right? Okay. We can safely say that nobody is cruising this Christmas, right? So two peak seasons for cruise and travel, Christmas, summer. All right. So we can safely say that Christmas is out. CCL is going to bite the biscuit on that. They're going to take another dip, right? But that's not how he started, Ziesel. That's not how he started. Um, it's going well. Thoughts on Neo? I think it bombs on earnings, but they can fudge their numbers. So who knows? Maybe they just fudge the numbers and make it happen. Okay, so guys, looking at this, CCL, right? Right now it's November. We know that they've been bleeding money endlessly. There's no way that anybody is cruising December, January, February. It's just not happening. The vaccines, even if they get approved, will not roll out until April. So Christmas is done. Okay, so Q4 for cruise lines is done. So they've got to float themselves. Now, let's say in April, right? In April, vaccines start to roll out. I'll take a look at CVX after. So CCL guys here. In April, vaccines start to trickle out. Okay, but this does not mean mass adoption. This means that we start to get vaccines to people, and it'll be the initial. Right now, we're hearing from Moderna that can get 20 million doses. That's it, 20 million doses by April. Now that will ramp up into June, July. But my question is, we're going to go through winter, right? People are going to be out of their jobs. People are going to be unemployed because of lockdowns again. It's going to be a long, cold winter for sure. Okay. Coming into April, May, June, are people looking to go cruising or are people looking to pay off their bills as we come out of COVID? In my mind, I think a lot of maybe the big spenders, they'll still be going on cruises or whatever, but they've got their own private yachts, they've got their own airlines or whatever, yada, 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 right? But the big buyers, sure, they'll go on cruise lines. But June, July, August here, these summer months, if you want to try to lure that middle class out, you are going to have to cut your ticket prices like crazy. Like crazy. June, July, August. They are going to be cutting their prices. So you've got prices being cut like a maniac. They are bleeding money for another November to August, right? November to August is what? 11, 12, 8, 10 months. Another basically a full year of just bleeding out before they see some kind of a resurgence, some kind of an income. And it's never going to go back to what it was right away either. It would take years. So we're going to go into September, October, November of next year with CCL just bleeding. This is 12 months of bleeding, full year of bleeding on CCL, and people want to buy it up now. I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna go with no on that. In my opinion, that's a big negative. You want to talk about buying into them? What did they get a bailout? Even if they get a bailout, it will be in the form of a loan. Now, bailouts is trending news, so it still could come up a little bit. But the big thing with the bailout is, guys, we still don't know if it's a red Senate or a blue Senate, right? It's saying it's a red Senate right now. And if it's a red Senate, there ain't no way we're seeing a massive bailout come in. It's just not going to happen. They're going to stay tight on it. As much as Biden is saying Heroes Act, Heroes Act, Heroes Act, do not expect the Republicans to be pushing through a $5 trillion bill. Do I ever short sell? Yes, I do. Am I bullish on ACRX? I am. Yeah, I am bullish on ACRX. For those of you that don't know the DD on ACRX, here it is. They've got an opioid. We are going into a second wave. There's already opioid shortages across the U.S. for every major opioid that hospitals use. And on top of that, ACRX has a distribution line coming where they self-produce their own drug, and they can do so now at 60% of the cost of what it used to. Or sorry, they're seeing a 60% reduction on top of cost for what it used to be to produce the drug. So it will cost them 40% of what it used to cost in order to produce their drug. They have 3 sales teams selling it through Q4 this year, actively selling it. They have their own sales team, Zimmer Biomet, and Lahola Pharmaceuticals. All 3 of them are selling Dasuvia now actively. And then government is the gravy on top. Military, Army is going to buy from them. Navy, Air Force can also buy from them. But what's looking like a bigger deal right now than the Army and the Air Force is the second wave of COVID into an absolute drought of opioids. There's no opioids out there. They're just not there. ACRX is sitting on one that is cost effective, reduces opioid usage. The numbers are nutty. I think it has a crazy Q4. I think it has its best Q4 it has ever had as a stock. Ever. In the history of the stock. As far as its sales goes and its revenue, that's where I'm at on it. We had a whole period of time where we did short selling. I got out of it. This is interesting that it keeps doing this. It finds it and then it can't find it anymore. It can't get the I know PEIX is a stock because it's right there. Looking at it. Damn, Mara is up 14, 15%. Look at that thing go. Scanners, Mara. It's not even the biggest runner. Holy cow. Senate isn't being counted. Those 2 seats in Georgia aren't being counted. They've got 50 seats without. Yeah, they've got 50 seats without right now. And so Democrats have 46. Even if the Democrats win 2, they've only got 48. They don't have enough to hold majority. And these 2 other parties, these 2 sitting senators that are other parties, are right-leaning more than they're left-leaning. They're not going to approve a massive $5 trillion budget. No. Even if so they won't tie. The most the Democrats can have is 48 seats off of this election. If they win 2 more, the Democrats can have 48 seats, and that would be 50, 46, and 2. The VP break is not going to happen because what happens is these 2 other parties can vote with the Democrats or the Republicans. These are people that have split off from the Republican Party as libertarian or independents, and these independents do lean right more than they lean left. But yeah, these are currently independent seats. So these guys will break the tie before the VP breaks the tie. So it'd be 50 to 48. It would not be a Republican majority Senate, but it would be a Republican majority. What would they call that? They can't call it the majority party and the minority. It would have to be well, it would still be the majority of the House, but BCLI, wow. This is what happens to a stock in bio when they flunk their studies. When you fail your studies, you go bye-bye, $4. Now, to be fair, this could have gone the other way entirely, right? If they nailed this study, this ALS study, this thing goes to $50. This is the risk of bio, guys. This is why bio stocks, you have to know what you're doing. You have to do the due diligence. You have to read your ass off. Lilly's COVID antibody treatment has been being limited in the US because of limited supply. So even when we're getting these things, we can't get enough of them. Airlines in the EU are going to continue to suffer. Uh, no, because the CNN numbers don't have two independents. Where are the independents? It's saying 50 to 48. They're counting the two independents as Democrats. Independent, independent. Bernie's definitely left leaning, but Angus King? Mm-mm. Nope. Oh, Timmy eats too much with that prime sub. Woot woot. CYDY may have the cure for HIV, but it's a question of time, and I don't like their CEO constantly just getting people hyped up for nothing and then dropping the ball. They should have had their filings in a long time ago. So yeah, you can't count the independents as Democrats. Much appreciated, Timmy. Much appreciated. I think I'm gonna get out of here around 11 today, guys. Go off and do some other things and stuff. Um, just looking at breaking news, markets. Retail sales slowing. Yikes. Chinese yuan continues to rise. Bitcoin continues to rise. Trump is trying to rush through oil sales in Alaska. That's interesting. I wonder if he gets that through. CVX for the long term. Let's take a look at CVX here. Chevron. Energy's got to recover. I think that over the next 5 years, if you're willing to wait 5 years, it goes back up to that 125 range. Bernie's an independent because the left isn't left enough. Bernie's a socialist, whether he would call himself that or not. He is a socialist. 2 seconds, guys. I'll be right back. Yeah, Chevron guys. 5 years, 125.
You try to stay up late. Try to stay up late to fix your sleep schedule, and you end up still waking up at the same time. God damn it.
By fix the sleep schedule, are you saying?
I had to wake up at like 4:30 a.m. Tomorrow, but I was hoping to stay up as late as possible yesterday, and then get through the day, and then wake up at around 4 or before 4 and just go there somewhat fresh as a daisy.
Should be going to bed earlier, not staying up late.
Yeah, no, that was my mistake today, but I'm just like, I assumed my friend, because he was having his day off today, that we were just gonna like watch movies all night or some shit, but he just never showed up. So I was like, okay, I guess he just got a date or something like that. I don't
Women.
know.
Poor Martini. She's waking up to GDRX and wondering what the hell's going on. Take a look at Mara today.
A little scared of Bitcoin. Oh, up 11%. Nice. I'm a little scared of Bitcoin now because my Dunning Kruger indicator is starting to flare off now. I think it's a little too late to get in if you are haven't already got in, as far as I'm concerned.
I think Mara's got a lot more room to go. A lot more room to go. It gets 1,000, 1,000, 10,000, 10,000. I think.
I saw the trifecta. Oh my god! Fuck! Oh my god! Yeah, the trifecta. I've seen the trifecta today though. Um. So yeah, uh, we are probably going to have a good move today. Possibly. I'm not 100% sure yet, but
On the spy?
we have, and this is a real time print. A little bit ago, 3.3 million at 359.48.
On spy?
Yep. And then you take in consideration with that, and then like IAU printed last week, but it just printed again today, which is the gold iShares Gold Trust. And the only thing that was missing was some sort of oil print. And hello BP this pre-market morning.
What has me kind of scratching my head is take a look at Kodak today.
Looks relatively sleepy. Why?
Why is it up at all?
They're probably about to announce that they're getting to Bitcoin or some shit like that, or they're gonna do a Bitcoin payment service. I don't know. They like the
I don't
jump
think
on
it.
trend.
I don't think it's Bitcoin at all.
What's the next big hype? Are they getting SPAC'd or something, or
The loan,
what loan?
the
Oh,
seven
triple
hundred
P.
million dollar loan.
Is there no strings attached to that loan?
There's always strings, but it's the government. What are you gonna do? My $40 calls for Kodak in June are green.
Sorry, I mean like um I don't mean those types of strings. I mean like don't a sort of the strings of don't worry about it. It's the government. We're fine. We'll get
Yeah,
them next time. Sort of
yeah,
ordeal.
yeah. It's that. Like we're gonna give you $700 million, and you're gonna make biopharmaceuticals for us, and that's what you're gonna do. And if you do that, then all is well in the world, and don't worry so much about the loan. It'll pay off itself, right?
That budget
Um,
would balance itself. It worked out so well for Canada.
yeah, but in this case, I think that this is. Do you see any big players on this at any point?
I'm checking now. I was thumbing through the chain. Let's see. So, I mean, like this could just be a random algorithm there, but like Goldman Sachs is trying to keep it above $7 and keep it below 733, 742, 750. This looks like an acquisition algorithm. It looks like they're trying to suppress the price right now to keep it from going up higher. And let's see. Yeah, no, that makes sense. It's brushing up against the 20s that daily 20 SMA.
Okay.
They're definitely that confirms that there is likely an algorithm there trying to keep this down right now, but I don't know why they would try to float this thing. Is it just turning around? Let me check seasonality.
Mara's up over 14% now.
I mean, its seasonality is generally flat around this time. Let's see, when's the buy date of buy date of October and then sell date of January 12th. It could just be like a seasonal rally. Oh yeah, no, there's not enough time frame in this right now to really make a determination. It's 1/4 of the 6 times where you buy in October and then sell in January, but not by that much.
Yeah, it's got my spidey senses tingling. I think that we're about to see an announcement on their loan. Yeah, Martini is big on GDRX. And I did send her a wake the fuck up announcement.
God, all these options look like trash to me.
There was just another huge print on SPY as well for $182 million.
Oh, you're talking about that? Oh my, what the fuck? You mean that 3.3 million share one at 359.48? Or this is a separate thing?
This is another one. This was at 10:26, 2 minutes after. For, I mean, not nearly as big, but 500,000 shares at 362.21.
I mean, this is some of the hard thing that I've got with this right now is what is causing the market to be positive today?
Nothing. I mean, it's not really that positive in my opinion.
Well, I mean, it could have kept declining from 358 when it touched it, and it didn't. So what's the positive indicator? What's the positive sentiment driving this forward? Because Tesla making the S&P 500 is not it. That's not what's gonna.
I think it's just confirmed a vaccine.
It really still that? You think that that's still enough?
I think it is. I think everybody's just like tired of this political climate bullshit, and they just want to see a vaccine and go back to work. Because oh shit, you know what? It could be in preparation for the rental moratorium stuff too.
When is that?
It ends at the on December 30th. That's when the moratorium expires, and they still haven't said anything about what happens afterwards. Like they're not going to push it back. They need to get a stimulus. In my mind, they need to get a stimulus or something out before then, because then that would float them for another 1 or 2 months while they decide.
I was talking about that this morning because like Trump and McConnell are now saying let's get a stimulus bill done now that the election's a done deal. But it's like I don't see the Democrats giving him that claim before he heads out of office, right? I see them still just being dicks about it until he's out. And then
It's not about giving him the claim. It's about the perception in politics.
Yeah, right. But the perception would be Trump got it done before he left office, and they don't want to give him that perception.
Tried, yeah, or at the very least tried to, because you don't have to yield success in this case. It's all a dog and pony show. You just have to show that you had an attempt, and then you can attack them for not enabling you to do it because they wanted to take glory or some shit. It sounds like a schoolyard tactic to me.
Mrs. Millennial, everybody.
Hi, Mrs. Millennial.
Oh, you can't see me. Hello.
This is the money.
I see.
That's our money, the one at the top there that's up 12.5%.
There's just a couple pretty large Codex weekly call coming through for like $40,000 in
Is
premium.
that good or
as well.
bad?
That's bad.
For you?
No, for Martini.
Oh.
That's the biostock I said I didn't really like.
Oh, you're using options flow, eh?
Option 2?
Yeah.
Oh, look at the SPY. What'd you do? You broke it, guys.
I didn't do anything. I just
Did you give the
I
kids
even
the
reported
afternoon
late.
off from
Mhm.
school?
Except for Charlie, she's got to get that book report done. Oh, Amy, they want to know, is the SPY going to close green or red? Green, it's Christmas, because apparently red isn't a Christmas color. Green because it's Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. That's where the SPY is going. Look at that big green tree there. Isn't that a lovely green tree? All the way to 360.40. Is this a YOLO?
Oh my! What the fuck?
Look at this.
So yeah, if something's going down with the banks too, millennial. So this thing was printing yesterday, and I just actually no, it's been printing. Let's see, since last week. Oh no, even beginning of the month. Sorry. So XLF, the I know we all hate the banking ETF, but on 10 no sorry yeah this month there was last month. I'm just going to ignore last month. I'm just going to go to this the more recent stuff. Okay, so yeah, so to yesterday alone we had 2.8 million on this thing. We had some prior to that, but so yeah, 2.8 million from yesterday, and then today another 3.5 million. And then we also have one of the holdings prints, BAC. It's a combined total, but sorry, it's split, but it's half a mil, and half a mil on BAC is nothing to scoff. It's just nothing to really get excited about. But 27.18, and then another one at another 5.14 at 27.25. Are we below that, or are we above? I think something's moving or something's coming up with the banks. Actually, might be specifically with BAC, but I wonder if it'll topple Wells Fargo.
I don't think so, man. Sorry, like Wells Fargo is just gonna go. It's gonna stay exactly where it is until the government decides they're bailing people out again. And the banks are the first ones to see the bailout. That's the one that they care about. Not the travel and tourism, not the restaurants, not the retail. It's keeping the banking institutions afloat. We've seen it in the past, and they'll do it again, especially with the new head of the Treasury being a Democrat playboy. Like it's gonna be the banks get the bailout they need, and you'll see Wells Fargo return to where it was at $50. It's crazy.
I'll switch my sentiment if we jump above 25.50 or maybe even 26 at the latest. But right now I can't. Right now it's still within that region that it's still below one of the prints. It's above like four of them, but I'm just waiting for it to. If it does sweep above that last print above, I'll switch my sentiment. But right now it's like, nah,
Yeah.
it's too it's too close to call.
Later, Slotus. And guys, I think I am going to send you to head over with Stocky and his stream. I think I'm done for the day. I'm not seeing anything else move. I probably will not be around tomorrow, guys, because I do have that conference. So you probably will not see me tomorrow. I'll be back Thursday. We can hang out then and do some fun stuff then. But for now, off to hang with Stocky and the DGen crew. He's watching some political guy talk. I wonder if that's what's driving this right now.
Oh, Millennial, can you take a quick cursory glance at my video before you go to.